Also, the Trump administration is discussing a wide range of options for acquiring Greenland, including military force. However, Secretary of State Marco Rubio told lawmakers President Trump wants to buy Greenland. House Speaker Mike Johnson spoke about this yesterday.
I think Greenland is viewed by a lot of people as something that would be a strategic position for the U.S. I don't know how it develops from there.
CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins us for more on this. Good morning, Weijia. So the U.S. acquiring Greenland isn't a fresh new idea from President Trump. He's mentioned this before, but the administration certainly sounds sober and serious about this at the moment. How might they go about this, and why?
Good morning, Errol. Good morning to everybody. You're right. President Trump first started floating this idea during his first term, but things have seemed to escalate into much more of just a casual comment into a serious policy consideration, because we know, according to the White House's official statement, that President Trump and his team are considering and discussing a wide range of options for how to acquire Greenland, including, as you mentioned, the use of military force. But it's also important to note what you said about Secretary of State Marco Rubio telling lawmakers that the president actually wants to purchase Greenland and not take it over by force. Either way, Errol, Greenland officials and Danish leaders have made very clear that Greenland is not for sale, and they are not interested in giving it up in any capacity to the United States. As for your second question about why, look at Greenland on the map. It is located right off of the coast of Canada in the Arctic, making it a prime location to monitor any potential threats to the U.S. Also, as that ice starts melting around Greenland, it is creating new potential shipping lanes, which is critical to trade. And finally, Greenland is rich in rare earth minerals, which we know the president is very keen on trying to obtain as much as possible. So there is less American reliance on China, and those minerals are essential for any kind of modern technology that you're talking about. So there are a lot of reasons why the U.S. would want more access to Greenland, but it's not just Mike Johnson who talked about this. It was other members of Congress in both parties that are warning you can't just go after Greenland by force because you want it. I mean, this is a self-governing territory of Denmark, which is a partner of NATO. And the Prime Minister of Denmark is actually warning, Errol, that if America were to attack Greenland in any way, it would be the end of NATO, which is an extremely serious and potentially dangerous escalation.
Yeah, very good points there, Weijia. I want to quickly jump over to Venezuela, because President Trump has been accused of only prioritizing oil companies, not Venezuelans or Americans. How does that compare to the actions we're seeing from this White House?
Well, the president would argue that it's one of the same, that if you are focused on Venezuelan oil and fixing its crumbling oil infrastructure so you can actually start tapping into the reserves and refining it, he says that is beneficial to the Venezuelan people as well as Americans, because we just heard from the administration that that Venezuela has turned over a tremendous amount of sanctioned oil to the U.S., and the president says he will ultimately be controlling the profits. And so not only from an economic standpoint, but from a national security standpoint as well, the president says that is why he is focused on oil. You can see his statement here. He says he wants to ensure it is used to benefit the people of Venezuela and the United States. But obviously, Errol, many more questions to come on this. And we know today all members of Congress are expected to receive a classified briefing about that military operation.
Yeah, all those big headlines from Weijia Jiang at the White House. Weijia, thank you so much.